Hey, it's Corporal Francis here, taking you through the online nutrition program offered by FitCore Bootcamp. The site you want to go to is fitcorenutrition.vitabot.com, FITCORPS nutrition.vitabot.com. When you get here, you have the option to watch a video, if you're going to watch one in addition to one that you're watching right now. And the two options down here are to create a new account or access existing account. Now, if you're a new member to the program, just send a quick email to admin@fitcorebootcamp.com and we'll get you set up with a password so you can log in and set up your account. If you're a return member, simply click on the access existing account and enter your information. We'll get you right into the site. Now, if it's your first time here, the first thing you're going to be taken to is the settings and goals. This is the place where you're going to put in your name, gender, age, your weight, desired weight, height, and activity level. Now, if you are female, that gives the additional option of whether you might be pregnant or nursing, so you want to click on those, and it's going to certainly help improve the nutrition program that we build for you. In this case here, I'm looking at a goal of 10 pounds weight loss. Now, if you've got a goal that's more than that, maybe it's 30, 40, 50 pounds, no problem. I would recommend starting with a 10 pound at a time. When you achieve that 10 pounds, then come back in here and update, set it at your new weight. So when I hit 190, I'm going to set my new goal as 190, and then my weight at 190, and I'll set my goal at 180. As well as activity level, this is, if you're training out with FitCore 4 or 5 days a week, fairly active, you're going to be in that very active mode. If you're doing only about 3 days a week, you might be moderately active, and if you don't do very much, maybe just walking around and daily activities, you could be lightly active or sedentary. You can also come in here and change it depending on what's going on. Maybe you're going on vacation for 2 weeks, you don't plan on doing much activity. You can probably switch this down to sedentary and get a little bit more accurate planning for your nutrition program. Now, if you go down bottom here, you've got the optional data. In this case, we're looking at percent body fat and resting metabolic rate and basal metabolic rate. These aren't super important. If you know them, great. If you don't, you can certainly ask your doctor for them. It's basically the calories that you expend for basics of life, keeping your heart going, being able to blink and breathe, and so on and so forth. So once that's all set up, click the update personal settings. In this case here, it's determined that my goal, based on the information provided, is going to be 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day, and this is obviously just an estimate based on a calculation. You certainly want to run this by your physician or healthcare provider for a little bit more accurate if you have any other reasons that you might need a guided nutrition program. Finally, down at the bottom here, and that's going to help us achieve a 1 to 2 pounds per week weight loss, which is our healthy average right now, our healthy rate of weight loss, 1 to 2 pounds a week, and that's based on a 500 to 1,000 fewer calories per day, either through increased energy expenditure through exercise or through portion control and nutrition. Down at the bottom here, we'll set up our time zone, daylight saving time, and our snack display, and you have the choice of 1 or 3 snacks a day. I'd recommend 3 snacks a day because if we can eat 5, 6 smaller meals per day, we're going to keep our metabolism up as we start to burn off that food as well. So we update our meal planner, and the next page that we go to is this open page here, in which case I'll show you a blank one. It looks like this. On my left side is my interactive report card. Here is all my meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and my snacks, and my goal up through the top. Now, this is our journaling portion of the program. There's also the meal plan portion, so we'll quickly go through journaling and then meal plan. So in this case here, this is where I'm putting in foods that I'm eating because I want to see how my daily nutrition is. So let's, for instance, we'll populate a few things here. I'm going to put in yogurt. So I had yogurt for breakfast. I'll click on that yogurt. Now it's going to give me a list of yogurts, top choices up there, and I've got so many choices here. I got TCBI, I got McDonald's yogurts, I got frozen yogurts, Snackwell's yogurts, everything. I want to find and be as accurate and specific as possible. And also within the colors, this is just a quick breakdown, percent of calories from carbs, protein, and fat. Carbs green, protein purple, fat orange, and I believe the yellow is going to be alcohol. So you can see that. However, I just had a yogurt, plain non-fat milk. I'm going to click that. Now I need to put in how many. So I had one, I'm going to say 1 8-ounce container, just a small portion, and I did have that for breakfast, so I'm going to click and add that to my meal plan. Calories, carbs, protein, and fat will continue to grow, and I'll make changes on the left side. So we'll show you one more quick one. Wheat germ, I add in the breakfast. I'll do a quick search on that. And as it shows up here, when it shows up, there it goes. There's the wheat germ plain. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to say 1 cup of wheat germ for breakfast. Actually, we'll probably make it a typical serving, a half a cup. We'll add that to the meal plan, and notice the changes that are now starting to take place. So F's obviously negative, A's are better, A's in cholesterol and saturated fat are good because we want none, and that's basically how the program works. Now, if I'm not too sure what I want to eat, I can do get suggestions, and as I click on that, these are going to suggest foods that are going to help me get straight A's. So the length of the blue line under each food is basically how much that food is going to contribute to what my plan is for the day. And as I go down to the bottom, the lines are smaller, so pancake syrup obviously not contributing to me helping me get all straight A's, but kiwi raw fruit will, because it has all these different elements involved. Over here I've got my iron, B6, B3. So why don't we add in, we'll add in a kiwi. We had one fruit for breakfast. We can click on that and add it. And finally, let's do one more get suggestion. Say we had oatmeal as well, and I had 2/3 a cup cooked for breakfast as well, and that's going to add to my meal plan. So this starts to populate, and I get a better list. One of the other options I have here in Get Suggestions, this right now is my favorite foods because I've added some of these to my favorite foods. If I just want the whole list of popular foods, I can click that and I get this whole whack, 14 different pages of foods, in which case here I can be more specific and say no red meat, poultry, octo-lacto, vegetarian, fruits if I want vegetables, and that's going to help me pick and suggest foods that'll better fit my profile. Now, going back to say I'm right here. I like walnuts, and I like them to show up in my my favorite foods. When I get to this portion here, instead of clicking Add to Meal Plan, I'll just click Favorites, and this then lets me select. This would be a side. This would let me add this to my favorites. So the next time I do a search of favorites, then I should have walnuts in there. They're there right at the top, so I can access some of the foods that I eat quite often. With the second option, so that's basically how I fill out my days, and we'll just click back here into meal plan, and we'll zip over to a current day. So this is one that I just put together the other day, Wednesday or Thursday, for demo's sake. I've added these meal plans in. Now, say I want to add a pre-done for me meal plan. Maybe on a Saturday I sit down, I want to plan out my entire week. I would then go to this Find a Meal Plan option here through the main page. That would be this option. So I open that up, and I'm going to click on foods that I want to have on that day. The only time I would click the negative or the remove button would be if I have an allergy. So right now it's offering me 2,575 meal plans that fit the range of 2,500 to 3,000 calories for a male. Now, most males have 1,000 to 10,000 options. Females have 20,000 to 2,000 to 20,000 different options of meal plans that'll show up for you. So as you start to remove these, say in this case here, there are 225 options of this 2,575 that have a pretzel in them. So for instance, say tomorrow I want to have spinach in my meals, I want to have almonds, and I want to have chicken. Now I'm down to 388 meal plans. Say I want to have maybe a beer as well. Now I'm down to 18 meal plans. So all these meal plans to have spinach, almonds, chicken, and beer. I want to make sure that none of them has a fruit. Actually, none of them has pecans, because maybe I'm allergic to pecans. I click that. Now I'm down to 17 meal plans. All I got to do is come down below now, figure out. I can be a little bit more specific in this area here. I can change the calorie rates. I can select my vegetarian options. I can, if I've clicked one of these by mistake, I just click on it to remove it. And I've got my grade selection and calorie distribution that I can play with as well. You know, what do I want, a 10 out of 10 for heart meal or vitamins, minerals, and same for carbs. I can pick high, medium, and low carb meals. So I'll check this one here. This one looks pretty good. I'm going to click on choose this meal plan, and I'm going to go and I'm going to add that to Monday. I just click add, and there it goes. It's added in. It's a straight A. I know I'm getting the meals or the food that I want. Now say for instance I want to move something around. Maybe I don't like to eat almonds for snack number 1. I just click on that, come down here to edit, come to sort, and I say snack 3. Just like that, almonds are removed from snack 1 and they are now put down in snack 3. Same thing if I'd like to add, maybe I really like this snack of raisins and beer one day. I can come down here to edit and click copy. And then I can go to the day that I would like to reproduce that snack number 1. Maybe it's sometime into next week. And I go down, and if I click edit again and paste, then snack 1 is then populated with beer and raisins. So I get to do that again, and that's really great and makes it quite simple. The other options that you're going to have in here, you can choose along this interactive report card. However, you don't want to play with this too much. stick more with the suggestions I'd recommend. But in this case here, I'm not, I'm getting too much sodium. So I can click on that and see what the culprit is. It's tomato sauce in this case here, and I can reduce that sodium. So I can click on it. I can either come over here and delete it, or I can just click on it and I can reduce it. And instead of having 1 cup of tomato sauce, I can maybe do a typical serving for dinner, change that up, and maybe that'll affect the sodium. Maybe it'll drop it down. Obviously it hasn't in this case. At the same time, I'm not getting enough calcium, so I can click on that B. Right now I'm getting a lot from my isolene shake, my almonds. But if I want more, it's just a matter of down here they've recommended. Maybe for breakfast I'm going to add a yogurt. I'll click on that, add it to breakfast, and my calcium is now corrected. It's back up into the A. So that's how you would use this interactive chart at the side. The other options here, we have things called my recipes. Basically, in this case, I've done a lasagna. Just as a quick sort of an idea, we'll build one here actually. Let's do shepherd's. Let's do shep pie. Good to go. We'll add that. All the components to shep pie. So we have meat or beef. So maybe it's right down here. We'll just click on this so we can fill it up. Meat, and let's say 1 cup cooked. This is just for instance. And what else would I have in my shepherd pie? I would have potato. So we start to add these things in here, and there's a white potato, and I have maybe I have a large potato to make up my shepherd's pie. So it's adding all these components together. I can put about this recipe, instructions, whatnot, and update. Now I've added shepherd's pie. Now if I ever want to add shepherd's pie to a meal, I just click shepherd's pie, how much of I'm going to have, the typical serving, and what meal I'd like to add it to. And we're going to say dinner in this case here. We're going to add to meal plan. Just like that, I've added the entirety of shepherd's pie because it has the meat and white potato, which is what I considered shepherd's pie in this case, and it adds the whole thing for me. Over here we also have favorites. These are, when we selected and we customized, you can further customize, put all your favorite foods for quick access. You can do custom foods in this case here. If you want to add a custom food, it's just a matter of creating custom food, giving it a title, and taking the information off the label. In my case, I've gone and I've added my Isogenics products. So I'm going to go isolene shake chocolate, and I'm having 1 of those servings for a snack, and I'm going to add to meal plan. And just like that, it shows up. So there's my snack and my isolene chocolate shake. So that's basics, the basics of the program. Over here, I can click on shopping list, and it gives me what I need for that week from September to Saturday. I just print this off and I go buy all this food, and that helps me get the food that I need for my shopping list. Here's basically a breakdown for each day. And if I come back into the into my calendar, let's go back to one of the days here. Oh, we don't want to delete that off. We're just going to enter the day. If I want to print off, and I would have to do this for each day, but a printer-friendly version of this day, I just click on that, and it's going to populate. This is the foods that I'm eating. So I print this off, and I put it on my fridge, or I carry it with me, and these are the foods. For breakfast, I want a bagel, all bran buds. I want yogurt, wheat germ, and an apple. For lunch, I want a smoothie, no lunch, snack, walnuts, so on and so forth, or however you populate your list, basically. Finally, on the main page, the only thing we haven't covered is the track your goals. In here you can set up goals. In this case, I've selected push-ups, but you can track a wide variety of things. If you go to create a new graph, you can track different measurements, your weight, different activity levels, heart rate, so on and so forth. You just add it to the graph, and then it sits on the front page. So then you can update how you do it and what it is you're tracking. So in this case here, I put in that I did 14 push-ups on Tuesday, 16 Wednesday, today is Thursday. I am now up to 19 push-ups. If I click that update, it gives me just a cool little graph as it is tracking my progress through the push-ups. Finally, there is the learning center here, and this is basically information on nutrition. So if there's anything you want to learn more about, maybe heart health, vitamins, minerals, so on and so forth, you can get into that area and you can read and get some more information. So that's basically the use of the program that we have here, the FitCore Bootcamp Nutrition Program, the VitaBot program. It's all in here. If you have any questions, please do get a hold of myself or any of our staff or our admin team at admin@fitcorebootcamp.com, and we'd be glad to help you out. Thanks for watching this video.